How exciting! You got your first job and you have to set up an admission kit. Yes, you're about to get a new patient in 10 minutes. Oh my God, the rush is on. What do you do? So, everybody, this is Nurse Eunice with Florida Training Academy, and I want to teach you about cluster care because as a CNA, PCT, you're going to be moving. I want to make sure you get everything that you need, hopefully in one trip, so your patient will be taken care of and you can conserve time. So, what is traditionally inside of an admission kit? Well, first, this is a bath basin. Yes. So, we're going to use it as a carrier for now to carry our objects. But whenever it's time for a patient to take a bath, you remove the unnecessary items. And of course, once it's been used, we don't put anything else back in it. So, bath basin. Some of your facilities will have wipes. Remember, wipes are non-flushable, even if they say flushable. Most of your facilities will either not allow you to use wipes or very specifically say, hey, do not flush them because it can cause a problem with the plumbing. A patient's belonging bag. That is right, when you're in the supply room, because we're going to be putting the patient on a gown when they enter the room. So make sure you also have your gown with your supplies. So where are you going to put their clothes? Ta-da! In a personal belongings bag. So we have a bath basin. We have the belongings bag. We have wipes. We need a water basin and some cups. You need to be checking the orders. If you don't know how to check the orders because you're a brand new CNA, you're going to ask the nurse a couple of questions. Do they have any allergies? Are they a full code or a DNR? Are they a limited code? You need to know this information. You need to know their diet. Are they NPO? Because if they can't have anything to eat or drink, you can take the pitcher into the room, but you shouldn't put anything in it. Also, you need to know their activity level because behind me, we have a couple of items. So, if my patient is bedbound and cannot get up, they still have to urinate, they still have to defecate or have a bowel movement. How will they do so? Will they be utilizing a bedpan for urine and for their bowel movements? Or will they have a Foley catheter or a indwelling urinary catheter? And if they do, you have to have something to drain it into. So this one is called a graduated cylinder or a graduated container. Now, what if it says patient out of bed with assistance, but you look at the chart and the orders and the patient is post-op, they have a lot of surgical wounds, etc. Once they have an order to get up out of bed, are you walking them all the way to the bathroom? Or do you think they need a BSC? A BSC is the abbreviation for bedside commode. Sometimes the activity orders will say out of bed to BSC. So you want to go ahead and be proactive and get whatever the patient needs for elimination, because I can guarantee you when that patient gets in the room, one of the first things they're going to say is, I got to use the bathroom. So speaking of which, you may have to provide some perineal care. So let's go ahead and get some linens. All right, so we have a couple of washcloths, we have some towels. Of course, we also have our cleaning agents, which will be, most facilities use liquid soap. Some may have antiperspirant or deodorant. I also have toothpaste. I have a toothbrush in here. And I just like to be nice and I get a comb. But if you have hair like mine, if you have locks, please don't comb out your patient's braids or locks. So just be thinking about the patient. Maybe the comb can wait, but you can go ahead and put it in if you like. For oral care, we have our mouthwash, we have our toothbrush, and then, of course, we have our toothpaste. We have PeriCare cleanser. So this is a cleaning agent also. Your facilities may not have everything that I'm showing, but at least you will know some of the items that you can get. If the orders mention anything about a wound or incontinence, you may also want to get some type of creamer to protect the area. And your facilities will usually have their standard cleaner and also their standard skin protectants. You'll learn as you go. When you first start off, it may not make that much sense, but I promise you'll get it and you'll begin to cluster your care. If your patient's unconscious, or maybe if they have any type of oral issues, it would be advisable for you to have an oral sponge instead of a toothbrush. And so let's talk about that too, the difference. So if they're unresponsive, we're not going to be brushing their teeth. Instead, we're going to dip a clean swab into mouthwash and gently cleanse their mouth. Have your suction equipment available, or if you don't have suction equipment, turn them to the side so that any secretions can drain to the side of the mouth, and you can remove it by utilizing a clean swab, and or you can put maybe like a little small tip of the washcloth on the end of the swab and get the extra secretions out. That would be one way to perform mouth care. If your patient has dentures, make sure that you bring the denture cup. If they have hearing aids, you would bring 2 cups. Label them appropriately. Put on the cup what should actually be in it. So if they have upper and lowers, I need the patient label. It needs to say upper dentures and lower dentures. Or if they have hearing aids, do they only have a left one? Do they have a right one? Or do they have both? Because you need to know where those patient items are at all times, especially something as expensive as hearing aids and dentures. Did I get everything? Well, at least if I didn't get everything, I am off to a great start. So let's recap. I have a water pitcher and I have some cups. If my patient is NPO, meaning they can't have anything to eat or drink, I'm going to put an empty water pitcher in their room. Do not fill it up. I have whatever I need in order to provide peri-care to give a quick bath. I have that in the room. Remember, as far as wipes are concerned, some facilities may not have them, but if they do have them, check before you flush the wipes. We don't want to cause any plumbing problems. If they have wounds, we have barrier cream. I usually don't get shampoo initially, but this one is a mix. So sometimes we'll use shampoo as body wash. Follow whatever your nurse or the CNA that you're working with shows you what to do. We have the rest of our oral care supplies, which includes mouthwash, toothpaste, a toothbrush. We have antiperspirant. We have additional soap if we need it. We have a comb for those with fine hair. We checked our patient's elimination status. If they had a catheter, we went in and proactively brought the graduated cylinder. If they were bedbound, we brought a bedpan. If they were out of bed with assistance but couldn't walk too far, we also probably got our bedside commode. Whew, what else? What else? I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to move this out the way. I'm just putting everything along the wall because I need to create a clear path. That way, when the surgical center, when the ER, when they bring my patient to the room, the bed's already ready. It's already flat. The rail's already down on the side that they're going to be transferring the patient to. And so then, team lift, we get the patient back in the bed, we get them settled, we remove any unnecessary pads, we put that rail up, and then you introduce yourself. Hello, Miss Gloria. My name is Eunice. I'm your CNA today, and I'm going to take great care of you. Welcome to Eunice's nursing home. Here's your call bell. Let me show you how to work it. There's your TV. Let me show you how to work the remote. Now you do all the great things that you're already trained and taught to do. Don't forget to raise that side rail up, and then you can bring the bedside table closer, have everything within reach for your patient, and that is how you set up for a new admission. And so if you have any questions, you have any pointers, put them in the chat. Let me know. And I wish you much success with your first job and setting up your admission kit. Bye, everybody.